All right. So, okay, you guys, welcome. Good morning on a Saturday morning. My name is Kelly Couch, and I am super excited to be with you guys today. This is class 3 of our 8-week series, and those of you that joined us just a few minutes ago as we were waiting people to join, I asked you to tell something kind of unique about yourself just to get us started. So that was super fun. Thank you guys for doing that. And all right, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. My name's Kelly Couch, and something unique about me is I live with my husband and 2 girls that are 3 and 5, and y'all, I'm 45, so go figure. My girls are 3 and 5, and we live in an RV full time, like really small. Like this is it. This is the room, and then there's one little bedroom the girls sleep in. But it is it's an adventure, and it's kind of cool. And I'm married to a pretty adventurous husband, so I just roll with it. And we used to rock climb together, and he actually proposed while we were hanging from a cliff rock climbing. And he said if I didn't say yes, he was going to cut the rope, and nobody could have me. So I don't know about that. And I used to show cutting horses in college. I actually grew up in New York City, but we spent time back and forth in Texas, and I went to college at Texas A&M and showed cutting horses competitively and did pretty well. So that's pretty cool. I also am a physician assistant. So I have been a physician assistant for over 17 years, spent over 10 years of my career in emergency medicine. So forgive me if I get a little science nerdy on you today, but I'll give you some really great information, maybe from a little different perspective than what you might have heard before. I retired, though, from that career in traditional medicine a few years ago, in order to do what I do full-time now, which is wife and mama, and I love it. That's my new career, and I've done that ever since my first child was born, and she's 5 now. And also because my passion was really natural health care, and to both go on the journey to find a better way for myself and my own family, but now also as a doTERRA wellness advocate to educate you guys and help you educate your friends and family that, you know what, guys, there is a better way, and you do have a choice when it comes to how you take care of your family. And so I'm really excited to be with you on these calls and these classes coming up. Again, this is an 8-week series. This is intended for people who already have their oils and really want to get the most out of them. We do not like when we hear that people's oils sat on the shelf. And so this is a group effort of a lot of different leaders in doTERRA. These are different teams, and it's just so great to come together because we have one goal and one mission, and that is for you guys to really learn how to get the most out of your products. So my intention is that you're going to feel confident in creating a daily wellness routine, and that you're going to be empowered to start making some changes into your life. Now, if you are a baby step kind of person, just take 1 or 2 things that I teach about today and commit to applying them. And hey, if you're like me and you're an all in, then hey, jump all in and apply all of the things we talk about today. Don't worry, I'm going to apply some resources. I'm going to give you some resources at the end so you don't have to memorize everything we talk about. We are going to talk about a lot. So just want to remind you, if you're a baby step person, just pick like 1 or 2, okay? All right, let's do this. So today's all about wellness, and we're going to talk from, let's say, a foundational point of view. So this is doTERRA's wellness pyramid, and you can see how it combines different aspects of our lifestyle as well as our healthcare. So before we get into the layers, so to speak, of this, I want to point out that oils are really fantastic at supporting our different body systems, but to really talk about optimal health, we need to go a little bit deeper, and we need to look at the root of optimal health and wellness. Oh, you know what, you guys? I'm going to mute everybody really quickly, and that will give us no background noise. And then if anybody wants to ask a question at the end or anything like that, feel free to unmute yourself. And you do that by just clicking on your little microphone that should now have a little red line through it. So sorry I missed that earlier. All right. So one of the things that I am most passionate about, you guys, so I am a doTERRA wellness advocate. I sell essential oils, but you know what? That's not my mission. My mission is not to sell essential oils. My mission is to transform people's lives, starting with their health. And essential oils are such a huge tool in my tool belt to accomplish overall wellness. So I invite people to be open to caring for their families in a different way, maybe a better way. My mission's all about optimal health. And in fact, you may think of doTERRA as an oils company, but really the mission is transforming people's lives. The mission is optimal health and wellness. And essential oils are part of that. But as you're going to see today, we have an entire line of supplements to help you eat right and exercise and rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load, that are going to be infused with essential oils, are going to be part of this this big picture. So I invite you to kind of step out of the box of your little bottle with the dropper on it, which we love, and consider a bigger picture of how we might create optimal wellness for you today. So most of you know, and you talked about maybe in the first class, that oils are amazing, right? They come from herbs and spices and fruits. But can you get vitamin C out of wild orange oil? Anybody raise your hand if you can get vitamin C out of wild orange? No, there's actually no vitamins. There's no minerals in the essential oil, okay? So we still need nutrients in our body. What the oils do is they provide this amazing cell signaling, okay? They're kind of bossy. Essential oils are great at telling the body what to do. You can kind of think of oils as this amazing engineer, right? So my husband is a general contractor. He rebuilds houses and loves to build things. And one of the things that that you need if you're going to build a house, right, is you need really good raw materials. You need really good bricks and wood and things like that. But you also need the know-how. If I went out and tried to build a house, oh my gosh, it would go badly, right? But my husband has that mindset. He has the engineering ability and the contracting ability to build a house. So those are your oils. Your oils are kind of going to tell your raw materials what to do. But you need really good quality raw materials also, the bricks and the wood. I used to live in Africa. Let me tell you that our houses here, made of brick and wood that my husband helps to remodel and build, are way more stable and efficient and going to provide much more for the families that live in them than the tin shanties in Africa or the mud buildings that we built, right? So think of the raw materials as your foods, your nutrients, the things we're going to talk about today. So on the bottom of our pyramid, we see eat right. Okay, that's the food we ingest or the nutrients that we ingest. We're going to talk about movement or exercise. Today, we're also going to talk about rest and managing stress. We're going to talk about the people and situations we surround ourselves by and the amount of time we give ourselves to rest. Okay, so you can see they're all important, but I really believe the most critical is this first level, this eat right. At the most basic level, we need to give our bodies the raw materials that it needs to be able to use the essential oils thoroughly. The second piece of the puzzle is going to be eliminating toxins, which is actually one of my biggest passions, and we're going to talk about that in an upcoming week. We're going to have a whole class on reducing our toxic load or detoxifying, okay? So for now, let's look at how we can address optimal health from a cellular perspective, okay? This is where I told you I might get just a little bit nerdy on you, so you have to promise to bear with me, okay? Cellular health, okay? So if I were to ask you, maybe put in the chat if you're willing to be brave, what is the most important organ system in the body? Like what organ in your body, what thing needs to be the healthiest for you to have lifelong longevity? Be brave and put something in the chat. Is it the liver or the heart or the lungs or the skin or the nervous system, the gut, right? That's popular right now. What's the biggest thing you need to be healthy? The biggest thing you actually need to be healthy is healthy cells because they make up all of those organs I just mentioned. Health really depends on a healthy cell, okay? So last week we talked about free radicals, those unstable molecules that harm and age the body over time. They can affect DNA, they can affect cellular membranes, they can affect lipids stored in the blood vessels, they can even
You're on mute, Kelly.
Goodness. Okay, sorry you guys. Thank you. I don't know what happened. I totally lost all of you, but I'm glad we're back. So we'll keep going. Thanks for being patient. Okay, so cellular health. So again, last week we talked about free radicals. I just want to remind you, those are those unstable molecules that can really do serious damage to our bodies over time. They can damage our DNA. I don't know about you guys, but pretty important to me to have healthy DNA. And do you know what mitochondria is? Mitochondria is basically the powerhouse that creates all the energy for all our cells for everything else to work. Okay, so if you don't have healthy mitochondria, Nothing's happening in your body. Okay, and oxidative stress affects both mitochondria, it affects DNA, and all kinds of other cell structures. And it's a vicious cycle because initially when you have these free radicals wreaking havoc, it triggers this defensive response in the cells, and that can mean maybe decreased energy, tiredness, even inflammation and pain. But over time, those high levels of oxidative stress start to affect every organ, and it can become really serious. It can be linked with things like Alzheimer's, cancer, heart disease, asthma, diabetes, leaky gut. So if not having some of those things, if staying healthy is important to you, I want you to really pay attention to the next couple of slides, okay? We're gonna talk about antioxidants, okay? Oops. All right, so antioxidants. These are the molecules that help keep free radicals in check, okay? And there's supposed to be a good balance of oxidative stress in the body or free radicals and antioxidants. But because of our lifestyles and our food and stress and things like that, those tend to get out of whack in our modern diets and modern societies. So there's lots of antioxidant-rich foods that we can eat, but guess what? While there's not nutrients like vitamins and minerals in our oils, there is incredible antioxidant capacity. So essential oils are a great, great way to help keep healthy cells. And let's talk a little bit more in detail about some of those. So one of my favorite high antioxidant essential oils is clove. There's also cinnamon, oregano, blue tansy, our new one, who's loving that one, basil, thyme, rosemary. There's also geranium and lemongrass and ginger and coriander, helichrysum. There's some amazing antioxidant oils. When I say antioxidant, there is a way that you can measure antioxidant capacity. It's called ORAC. Anybody ever heard of that? Oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Big fancy word. Don't worry about it. The neat thing about clove is that it scores over 10 million in ORAC value. That means it has the antioxidant boosting power. 10 million is its score. And most things have in the maybe tens to thousands. So in a 15 ml bottle of clove, it has the capacity, the antioxidant capacity of 150 pounds of carrots. I don't want to eat 150 pounds of carrots. I don't want to eat 40 quarts of blueberries or drink 16 gallons of beet juice. So I'm going to stick with a couple of drops of clove a day, okay? So remember, we have trillions of cells, and I'm just kind of belaboring this point a little bit because it's so important that we think about our cellular health if we want to keep our bodies healthy, okay? Remember, essential oils have the ability to signal these cells, to target our cells, to cause the body to do the things that it needs to do to keep us healthy, okay? Okay. Many of you probably grab your oils when you have like a certain need. Maybe you have head tension or some muscle discomfort, or you're dealing with seasonal threats or bite, right? And that's great. But today we want to talk about a little more proactive healthcare. We want to move in the direction of using oils and essential oil-based products to keep us healthy. So I'm going to teach you about something called I like to call the essential lifestyle routine, or the daily wellness habits. Okay, are y'all ready? All right, one more thing about cellular health, remembering that the root of our wellness starts in our cells, okay? I want to talk in just a minute about how we can support our cells by feeding proper nutrients. We're going to talk about enzymes. We're also going to talk about why it's important to restore gut and gut health and touch on probiotics a little bit, okay? All right, it all starts here with eating right. So let's talk about our nutrients. Who, maybe just every now and then eat something that comes out of a box or a bag, or maybe eat something that's cooked, or maybe goes to a restaurant? Anybody? I can actually see you guys, you know, right? You know, most of you, I can see you. Okay. All right. So we have become super reliant on foods that aren't alive anymore in our society, right? We have become reliant on processed foods and convenience foods, and our farming practices have depleted our nutrients. I'm probably preaching to the choir to most of you, right? You know, an apple today just doesn't have the nutrient capacity that it had 100 years ago. Okay, so we know that a healthy immune system means healthy levels of antioxidants. It means adequate rest. It means decreasing environmental stressors. Okay, we know that poor nutrition and those things can weaken our defenses and make us sick. Okay, so we know that we should strive to eat a well-balanced diet. Everybody knows that. But we can also take a proactive approach to health and say, hey, let's give our bodies the extra support that it needs to stay healthy. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack is the way we do that in my family. This is my favorite product. So while I'm a healthcare professional, I'm also a little bit of a supplement junkie, a little bit of a supplement snob. And I've worked with professional supplement companies over the years. As a healthcare professional, I have access to ordering products that are only available to healthcare professionals. And I've studied and studied. And when I first started using doTERRA, I got to be honest, I was only interested in the oils because I was taking some very high quality professional supplements and working with my professional functional medicine doctor on some things. I have some adrenal dysfunction. I have very significant levels of oxidative stress. I have high inflammatory response. I have very severe hypoglycemia, and now I'm dealing with some biotoxin illness from a house that was filled with mold. So I came to doTERRA with a lot of things to accomplish, and it took me over a year before I tried the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And I was working with my functional medicine doctor, and I just wasn't getting better. And I'm hearing all these testimonies, and I'm like, oh, I'm missing something. And I went to him and I said, hey, I'm going to try these products. I added DDR Prime to them, which you guys learned a little bit about last week. And I have to tell you, within days, I had more energy. I had decreased pain. My inflammatory markers were going down. There was a season of my life, you guys, that I couldn't go to the grocery store without being completely and totally overwhelmed because I had such severe brain fog. I couldn't get up in the morning and pick up my 3-year-old because my arms hurt so bad. This product has been a lifesaver and life changer for me. Maybe not everybody has those dramatic results, but I'm here to tell you that some people do. And my approach on healthcare is a little more proactive. You could take that if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach, or you could take that, hey, given the world that we live in, let's give our bodies every single opportunity that we can to live lifelong vitality. So let's talk about the lifelong vitality in just a minute. Just a little bit. So I just told you, for me, I experienced less inflammation and pain, less stress, more energy. This is a really common thing for people to experience. One of the products in the Lifelong Vitality is the Microplex VMZ. Now, this is a vitamin mineral complex, but I want you to know this is not like a small thing, okay? You might think of vitamins and minerals as no big deal. They're a huge deal. These vitamins and minerals are essential for your body to do the things that it needs to do. For every single system in your body, it can't do what it's meant to do if it doesn't have vitamins and minerals and cofactors. Like if you don't have the right B vitamins, you can't complete the ATP cycle to create ATP in your mitochondria to give your cells energy. Okay, this is a huge, huge deal. We call them essential nutrients. There's some nutrients that are essential, different than essential oils. While essential oils are critical to the plant, we call nutrients essential because the body cannot synthesize them. This is really important. An essential nutrient, an essential vitamin or mineral or essential fatty acids, that means your body can't make it on its own. You have to get it into your body somehow. Ideally, we would get it from our food sources. But you guys, do you know that even if you order or buy organic food, especially from a local grocery store, it may not have the nutrients? Yeah, you're going to avoid the pesticides, but it may not have the nutrients in the greatest quantities that we need because our earth is just being depleted. Okay, so vitamins and minerals are really, really important. This isn't like a little bitty thing. This is the first step in foundational nutrition to make sure that you're getting these essential nutrients in that your body needs to get from food or from supplementation. Okay, yeah. All right, next, Z-Omega. This is the second product in this this pack, okay? So these are your essential fatty acids, other fat-soluble nutrients. Again, essential being that the body cannot synthesize them. You have to get this from your food or from supplementation, okay? This product is full of some of the most potent essential oils on the planet. This is my favorite thing, okay? This product has 9 essential oils infused in it, okay? Remember clove, highest ORAC value on the planet. It's in the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So is frankincense, that we're going to talk about in a little bit. So is thyme and rosemary and some other incredible, incredible oils. You've probably heard about omega fish oils before. We all know we should take them, but do you know why? Omega-3 deficiency has been known to cause these things. So if any of these things are important to you, the omega may be something you want to add to your routine if you're not already. Poor memory, dry skin, heart problems, mood swings. Anybody not want to deal with those quite as much? joint pain, autoimmune disease. Those are all associated with low omegas, okay? So this is such an important product. I also like to say this is kind of the sneak bomb on your husband product, because if you're really wanting to get these amazing essential oils into your husband, but maybe he's not going to take the dropper top and drop frankincense under his tongue or in a capsule just yet, this is a great way to get these powerful essential oils into him because they are in these supplements. Okay, so C omega, oh, just such a great one for you to add to your list. This one though is probably, here, let me mute somebody real quick. Oh, I don't want to mute myself. Okay, well, for some reason I can't. If any, because she's a host. So I don't know, Angie, we have Sonia as a host, so I don't know if maybe you are able to mute her. I'm not able to do anything. So Sonia, maybe you could mute yourself if you're able, and I'm just going to keep going, you guys.
Whatever.
Okay. Oh, now I got to get her off my screen. Oh, my Zoom is going crazy, you guys. Thanks for being patient. I have too many screens open. Okay, well, I'm just going to skip around it. Okay, so Alpha CRS. You guys, when I first started taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, when I first started taking these products, I only took the first two. It's called our Daily Nutrient Pack. And then it took me some time to add the Alpha CRS product. I don't know why, it just did. And when I added this product is when things really started to change for me. I saw some improvement with the other two, but my body, what I really needed is this product. And I am so blown away by this product, especially knowing some things that I know about supplements. This product, if you add up all the things in it, would cost over like $300. And if I name some, I will name some of them. So here's some things like quercetin and ginkgo and coenzyme Q10 and pomegranate and turmeric. Who takes turmeric? It's in this product. Some just incredible nutrients. This product contains polyphenols, okay, just a big fancy word. These are compounds that protect the cells from that free radical and oxidative stress, those things that can damage our DNA and our mitochondria, all the things we've already talked about. So again, I don't know about you, but healthy DNA is really important to me, and healthy mitochondria is really important to me. So I want my cells to have the energy to do what they're meant to do, and this product is going to help with that. It's also going to help dramatically, sorry, not dramatically for everyone. For me, it was dramatic. It's going to help with people that have any kind of pain, any kind of inflammation, again, need extra mood support, extra immune support. This product is just going to elevate your health to another level. So I would just highly encourage you guys to consider this one as well. And one of the greatest things about the Lifelong Vitality Pack is that there is a 30-day total money-back guarantee. So take my challenge. Try it for 30 days. If you're not totally satisfied, you can send empty bottles back to doTERRA. doTERRA is really passionate that you get to achieve lifelong vitality, and this product is so foundational to that wellness pyramid that we want you to try it. And if it's not working for you, send it back. Trust me, you won't want to. Because if aging gracefully and allowing your cells to age gracefully is important to you, then this is going to help you be proactive about your health. Remember, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll talk at the very end, okay? All right, enzymes. Okay, so we've talked about nourishing our cells just a little bit. Is having the strength and energy to do the things you want to do both now and in the future important to you? It is to me. So the saying you are what you eat is really false. It's really true that you are what you digest. So let's talk about why enzymes are so important. The digestive tract has really been overlooked in our healthcare for a long time, and it's getting kind of center stage. So many of you might understand that there's more immunity cells in our gut than anywhere else, and there's more mood support cells in our gut and neurotransmitter receptors than are in our brain. The gut is just so important. And a properly functioning digestive system is critical to the nutrients that we get into our bodies, in our food, even in our Lifelong Vitality Pack, but we also need to be able to digest those. So we're going to talk about enzymes. Enzymes are simply molecules, nutrients in our body that allow our bodies to break down bigger things into smaller things. So a really easy example, you've probably heard of lactose, right? So lactase is the enzyme that people need to break down lactose. And lactose gets broken down into two simple sugars, galactose and glucose. Okay, so if you are someone who doesn't have lactase enzyme in your body, you're going to struggle to metabolize lactose, and you might have some uncomfortable side effects or symptoms from that, okay? So you've probably seen or heard of people taking lactase enzyme to help break down lactose into those simple sugars, okay? So there's tons of different enzymes that your body produces to break down all kinds of different things, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, okay? And they're secreted from all different places in your body. Some are secreted in the salivary gland, some are secreted in the pancreas, the intestines. Your body, your whole digestive system consists of enzymes to break down the things that you eat so that your body can absorb them and we can get them into the cells. Remember, if you eat a food rich in vitamin B, that's great. But if you can't break it down and get it absorbed into your body, into your mitochondria, for example, then it's not going to do you any good, okay? So another way to put this is if we took an apple and we threw it out in the field, what would happen? It would rot, right? Okay, so when you make applesauce, though, or you bake an apple in a pie, you're going to change the nutrition of that food a little bit, and you're going to decrease the ability for some of those enzymes to do their job to break down the food. And so again, our body normally will secrete enzymes to help with that, but as we age, the trigger mechanism that allows our body to secrete those enzymes can often decrease. So enzymatic secretion can decrease in all of us as we age. It can also be decreased in anybody with any kind of gut disorder or digestive disorder and anybody with liver disorder, okay? So what do you do about it? Again, it's not really you are what you eat. It's really that you are what you digest. So I suggest taking Terrazyme. It aids in digestion, nutrient absorption. The enzymes, and whether you take enzymes may view a little bit on your view of nutrition. Again, some people take that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I'm from the South. That's really common. But my challenge to you is to think maybe it just ain't broke yet. And if you don't want it to get broke, let's do everything we can to support our bodies to win, okay? And so Lifelong Vitality Pack and the other things we're talking about like Terrazyme here are a huge way to be able to do that. Take 2 or 3 before each meal. If you forget before the meal, just pop a few during the meal or even after the meal. And this is really convenient because Thanksgiving's coming up. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Okay, who has heard of probiotics? Anybody? Oh, good. Thanks, Sony. You guys, I really can see you. Okay. All right. If I have not convinced you of the importance of gut health yet, hang with me a little bit more. Okay. Don't fall asleep. Shake around, grab some kombucha or butter coffee or whatever you're drinking. All right. 80% of your immune function is in your gut. It's winter. Winter yuck is coming. 80% of your immune function is in your gut. Okay. I'm going to ask you again. Is staying healthy important to you? It's important to me. Is keeping your family healthy important to you? It's important to me. Gut health needs to climb up on our priority list, okay? And probiotics are another amazing way to do that. Your gut contains both good and bad, beneficial and not so beneficial bacteria, and it's meant to be that way. But they should be in a certain balance. They should be about 85% good stuff, maybe 15% bad stuff, okay? They work in balance. They work in this nice synergy together. But when it gets out of balance, it's called dysbiosis, and it's so incredibly common. Dysbiosis just means that the fungus and the yeast or the bacteria, the bad ones kind of start to trump over the good ones, okay? And this is common with processed foods, with stress, with poor water, just all kinds of things are attacking our guts. Stress alone, emotional and physical stress alone just wreaks havoc on our guts and on our immune system. And we're not getting rid of stress altogether in America anytime soon. I'm going to give you some tips to help your body deal with it, but let's face it, it's part of our Western culture and our Western lifestyle. So when those things when those things get off balance, probiotics are a great way to fully support our immunity and optimize our GI tract. They can also help with that nutrient absorption we've been talking about, and it helps maintain healthy weight. So here's some other ways that our gut gets off balance. So if any of these things are you, probiotics are probably something you really need to consider. Have you ever taken prescription antibiotics? Have you ever eaten any sugar? Do you drink tap water? Do you eat GMO foods? And let's talk about that one, because you guys, we read every label, every label. We do everything we can to not get GMO in our house, but you know what? It's really hard to eliminate it altogether, especially if you ever eat out. So this is one we are all exposed to. We want to minimize it. We want to help our body cope with the GMO things that we are going to be exposed to. Grains. Do you eat any kind of grains? Emotional stress. Again, we're not going to eliminate that altogether. And chemicals and medications. We're going to talk in our last class about how you can detoxify your home and really decrease the amount of chemicals you and your family are exposed to in your home. But we're faced with chemicals. I live in Texas. I live in Houston. Harvey just happened. I had my air purifier and my diffuser going when planes were flying overhead, coating us with chemicals to kill all those nasty mosquitoes. Okay, we're exposed to chemicals on a regular basis, and we want to help our gut handle those. Okay, so probiotics, I suggest everybody take one a day. Just take one a day for maintenance. Some people need to boost that up and maybe take several a day, like if you're doing a cleanse or you're just coming off of the antibiotics or something like that. Remember, we have the PB Assist Junior, the little pixie sticks that our kids love, love, love. So gut health is so important for your kids too. So check out the pixie sticks. PB Assist is one that I just cannot talk about enough. And next week, we're going to talk a little more about some other ways that you can help really cleanse the waste that does build up in your body and detox from that a little bit. So make sure you're here next week. Okay, so that is my summary for the first part, the Eat Right. So again, Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme, and PB Assist. If you don't do anything else from our call today, if you do that, if you start those products, you are going to be well on your way to lifelong health and optimal health and wellness. Couple more things before we jump off and take questions. Let's talk for just a second about exercise. Okay, some of you love it, some of you hate it. I know. We're not going to go there. I'm not going to convince you to get on the treadmill right now, okay? We all know it's important, okay? What I am going to do is for those of you that maybe are a little bit newer to exercise, or you're like, oh, I'm just dreading that pain. I hate the pain. Okay, I can help you. Deep Blue. It's amazing. It's the gateway oil for a lot of husbands. So if your husband is a weekend warrior, or maybe he's a couch potato that had to move the couch recently and hurt his back, whatever, he's not really into oils yet, I promise you ladies, grab a tube of Deep Blue Rub, offer to give him a little massage on his back when he's sore, he has tight muscle or something, it's going to be a believer. Happened for my husband. My husband now teaches classes with us and does doTERRA full time, and Deep Blue was the gateway. Okay, it's great to use before or after exercise, anytime you have just sore, achy muscles. It's also great for people that deal with aches and pains on a daily basis for some reason, whether it's some, gut disorder or autoimmune or something like that. It's really, really a great support for people that just deal with daily aches and pains and discomforts. We also have a Deep Blue supplement called the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex I want to mention. So you can talk to your wellness advocate. You can check it out in your back office. In your shopping cart. But check out the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex if you're somebody that's looking for a little extra support, either, like I said, a weekend warrior and you just worked out, or starting a new program, or you had to move the couch, or you deal with daily discomfort and aches and pains. This supplement is a great way to get even more antioxidant support in you and more anti-inflammatory support in you. Ladies, a little tip, I use it for PMS cramps. I use it for menstrual cramps, and it works great. So different ways that you can use the Deep Blue Polyphenol. So check that one out. Okay, this is truly one of my favorite oils to talk about, and that is balance, because we all need a little balance. We all need a way to support healthy stress. Okay, like I said, in America, we're just not getting rid of stress, but let's give our body a chance to handle it as best we can. And there's a lot of factors for that, right? Like healthy boundaries, great relationships, a community of faith, if that's important to you, prayer, just so many things that we can help to decrease stress, the people we surround ourselves with. But from a physical cellular standpoint, we can also help our cells deal with stress with things like balance. Okay, so who's tried balance? Let me see a show of hands. Yes. Okay. So what we like to do is we just take the little bottle and we put it on everybody's feet in the morning and at night. We don't always remember at night, to be honest, but if you can even do it once a day, twice is better, but put it on first thing in the morning. I usually like to sneak it on my kids' feet when they're eating breakfast. So I just leave it in the kitchen next to my Lifelong Vitality Pack and my Terrazyme, my PB Assist. If you leave things out where you can see them, you're more likely to hook them to a habit and take them. So hook it to the habit of eating breakfast. As they're eating, just come over and sneak it on their feet. It can become a little game. You can just kind of massage and tickle their little feet and then slap some on yourself. You're good to go for the day. Balance is really grounding. It helps calm the nerves. Everybody needs that. It can ease stress and anxiety. It's like somebody coming behind you and like massaging your shoulders. Can you just feel it, right? You want to go get your balance right now, don't you? It's amazing. Okay, you can even just put it in your hands. Take some deep breaths in the middle of the day or whenever you need it, okay? Before we move from the screen, I also want to talk about sufficient rest. This is huge. You guys, you need 8 or 9 hours of sleep. Okay, I know it's hard. I know. You got to get the kids to bed. And you want time with your husband. And some of us have businesses to run. And you want to watch Lark Rise to Candleford on Amazon Prime. Which, by the way, if you've never seen it, really cool show. Write it down. Lark Rise to Candleford. Just trust me. Okay, so I know it's hard to get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, but you need it. A lot of us need 8 to 9. Okay, so I told you a little of my history with hypoglycemia and adrenal dysfunction and things like that. Sleep is a challenge for me, like a big challenge. As you might imagine, just getting to know me a little bit, I'm pretty energetic, right? I'm pretty passionate. It's really hard for me to shut all of this down at night. It just keeps going. It's exhausting, okay? Before Serenity was the very first product I ordered from doTERRA, the very first one, and I fell in love. I was actually using oils from another company, and I tried Serenity, and I was like, this smells like what heaven must smell like. I am totally convinced. It was so incredible. Then, a few years later, when the Serenity soft gels came out, my life changed. So I take Serenity at night, and I slap a little bit on my hands. I rub it on my chest. I slap a little on my pillow. Sometimes I slap a little on my husband's chest in case he ends up being my pillow. He loves it when I do that. And then take some deep breaths. You can even put it in a little spray bottle and spritz the kids' pillows. It's a great bedtime routine. Stick some in your diffuser. Then, if you need a little extra support, take a couple of Serenity soft gels too as you're putting on your pajamas, winding down before bed. Awesome for people that struggle to shut this off or that wake up at night and have trouble getting back to sleep. Now, the Serenity soft gels are not just Serenity oil in a bottle, in a capsule. So don't take your Serenity oil and put it in capsules. The Serenity soft gels are actually lavender with several amazing botanicals. So I encourage you to try those if sleep is a struggle for you at all, like it is for me. Okay. Where's my next screen? Okay. All right. So again, we are sorry about that. We are going to talk a lot more about reducing toxic load in an upcoming class. This is so important. But for today is your little daily tip. Just consider adding a citrus oil like lemon to your water. Okay? Any of the citrus oils will work: lemon, wild orange, lime, grapefruit. But I love to add lemon to my water. Now, most of you probably know you want to add it to glass, not plastic. A great thing about citrus oils is they can actually help detox. They can even break down certain chemicals. And that's great to do in your body and let them flush right out your kidneys. Not so great to do in plastic, to break down the plastic into your water and then drink it. We're trying to keep chemicals out. Let's not add them by breaking down plastic. But it's great to put them in glass because it's not going to react. And then drinking lemon, it's going to help you drink more water, which we all know is important. It's going to be a natural detox, just kind of an ongoing way to rid our bodies of those toxins that we can't avoid. So this is such an easy thing to do, and I would encourage all of you guys to try this. If you're just needing baby steps and you can only incorporate one little tiny thing and you have a bottle of lemon, go grab it today, put a few drops in water. Okay, informed self-care. My two favorite oils to talk about are frankincense and On Guard, about just being proactive with your health. And let me tell you why. Let's talk about DNA again for just a minute, okay? The king of oils is frankincense. Dr. Hill says, when in doubt, get the frankincense out. Frankincense is known to support immune response. It promotes healthy skin. Research even shows that it benefits the brain and nervous system. It supports healthy cortisol levels, and it helps the body manage stress. These are really important things. Supporting the brain and nervous system is huge. Okay, are you ready? If you're dozing off, like do a drum roll. Okay, I need you to really hear this one. I'm going to put it on the screen for you. When the DNA code within a cell's nucleus is altered, frankincense supports the cell's ability to identify and determine what the right DNA code should be. Okay, we're going to be compliant with what the FDA allows us to say about essential oils today. They are not intended to treat, prevent, or cure any disease, and we don't want you to replace what we're teaching you with the advice of a qualified, preferably functional medicine healthcare provider. But I want you to really look at the sentence. Take a screenshot of this if you can. Frankincense supports the cell's ability to identify and determine what the right DNA code should be. Okay, so if you are someone who has anything going on with your DNA and need a little extra support, you want to take frankincense every day. If you are someone who doesn't want to see something wrong go on with your DNA, you should take frankincense every day. If you're someone who doesn't want to see something go wrong with your kids' DNA, I would suggest having them use frankincense every day. Okay? Okay. There's another thing frankincense does. Okay, this is your trivia word, okay? So maybe this will help you with trivia. Do you know what apoptosis is? Anybody? Fancy medical term. I told you I'd throw a few in here. Apoptosis. Okay. It's a fancy word for programmed cell death. This is what the body is supposed to do when it notices a bad or kind of a rogue cell. The body's immune system is supposed to go, hey, you're not working so right. You're damaged. Let me get you out of the body before you replicate and spread all over the body. Okay, certain conditions this happens in. One of them starts with this letter. Is that backwards? Okay. So frankincense can trigger apoptosis. It can tell the body. It can tell it what to do. It can say, hey, pay attention. Go find those bad cells and do what you're supposed to do to get rid of them. This is huge. This is huge. Okay? So here's how I use frankincense. It's in my Lifelong Vitality Pack. Again, I take DDR Prime for some extra support, and it's in that. I also like to just open the bottle, leave the dropper top right like it is, pick up your tongue, drop 1 or 2 drops right under your tongue at night before you go to bed. If you prefer, you can put a little medicine dropper cap on it. You can get those from Aroma Tools or Essential or Oil Life, and you can just drop 1 or 2 drops right under your tongue at night. Okay, it's great to put in a roller bottle or get the doTERRA Touch frankincense and roll it up and down the kids' spines as well. Okay, I do that anytime they need an immunity boost, and in our house, we do it almost every day. Okay, if you have questions about frankincense, please ask me at the end or put them in the chat. This is so vital. All right, last, immunity support. So you all know that On Guard is great for immune support, but it can actually be taken on a daily basis to really maintain healthy immune function. So many of us grab our On Guard when we, have something going on or we're exposed to something, and that's great. Keep doing that. On Guard has clove in it. Remember that one? Huge antioxidant powerhouse. It also has cinnamon, wild orange, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So this is a great way to give us extra support, especially used internally. You can take your On Guard and put a few drops in a veggie capsule and swallow it. You can even put a few drops in some apple cider vinegar with some raw honey and gargle with it if you have something going on in the throat. It's a great thing to do. You can get the On Guard soft gels. That's another way to get On Guard in internally anytime you need something. But again, On Guard can also be taken on a daily basis to help maintain healthy immune function, especially this time of year. That's something we do in our home. Can also help healthy cardiovascular function. So if that's something that you need or is important to you. In fact, at the Essential Oils Medical Symposium that I went to right before this last convention, an oncologist said he suggests taking this particular blend of oils specifically to support healthy immune function and inflammatory response to his particular patient population. Okay, so I'll leave you with that one. All right, you guys, let's wrap it up. Okay, this is Dr. Hill's daily routine. You can take a screenshot of this. We're also going to give you a resource in a few minutes that'll have all of this. Or I think Angie's going to email it to you as well. So just as a quick summary to put it all together. In the morning, you can take a couple of drops of balance on the bottom of your feet. You can sneak it on your kids at breakfast. Frankincense under your tongue is a great thing to do. Take your PB Assist with breakfast and your Lifelong Vitality Pack and your Terrazyme with your morning meal. Again, set all those out in one place and get in the habit of it. In the afternoon, diffuse your favorite oil for mood management. Balance is great. We're also going to have a whole class coming up on mood management and using oils specifically to help address mood. You can take Terrazyme again with your afternoon meal, and you can use citrus oils in your water throughout the day. In the evening, you can take your Lifelong Vitality and Terrazyme again. You can diffuse On Guard at night or put it in a capsule. And then right before bed, remember, start diffusing that Serenity or some lavender or even some cedarwood if you have it. And if you need to, take 2 Serenity soft gels right before bed. Again, we're going to talk more about rest and sleep and mood support in another class. One side note for you, if you find that when you take Lifelong Vitality Pack in the evening, you struggle to sleep, for a certain subset of the population, some of the ingredients in the Alpha CRS, because it's giving that body a mitochondrial boost, it's very natural, but for some people that are really depleted, that little boost that they're not used to might be enough to interfere with their sleep. So what I recommend is actually take it at lunch. Or if you're somebody that has that 3 or 4 o'clock lag, I recommend you take the Lifelong Vitality right around 2 or 3 o'clock to help you compensate for that afternoon slump or that lag, okay? You can take it with your lunch, or you can take it a little bit later. And if you are somebody that Alpha CRS tends to interfere with your sleep, you can also taper it up, or if you're working with someone, just start with 1 a day and then work up to the full dose of 4, okay? That's actually what I did when I started it, and now I'm on the full dose, and it makes such a huge difference, and I take it right around lunch, okay? All right. Okay, you guys, last, proactive medical care. Oh, I hope everybody saw this. I hope your wellness advocate shared this with you, but doTERRA is gonna rock healthcare. And as a healthcare professional, I'm so excited about this. We are announcing that change is coming to the healthcare industry. And you can go to healthcare, screenshot this, healthcare.doterra.com, and you can register to find out when a doTERRA clinic is going to come to your area. doTERRA is launching medical clinics so that you can get the best of functional medicine and the best of traditional medicine combined with natural health care, the use of essential oils and supplements and alternative medicines. This blew me away. So this is so, so exciting. So make sure you go to healthcare.doterra.com and put your information in there. It's basically going to tell doTERRA, yes, I want a clinic in my area. Okay, over 30,000 people have already done that so far. So we hope that you take advantage of that. Okay, resources. Screenshot this, you guys. There is a resource available at doterra.com. Just go to doterra.com, scroll at the top over Our Advocates, and then scroll over Empowered Success, and you'll see this guide called the Live Guide. You can download a copy. You can also purchase a copy for 75 cents if you'd like a paper copy. And on page, I think 3, this daily protocol that we talked about today is there for you. You can even check off the little boxes if you're a baby step person and you like check marks as you do these different steps, okay? So make sure and grab that. Finally, if you don't have one of these resource books, either the Modern Essentials or the Essential Life book, you can get the Modern Essentials at Aroma Tools, and you can get the Essential Life book at oillife.com. I love both of these books. The Essential Life is probably my first go-to, and then I love the Modern Essentials when I want to dig deep into a little more research. Okay, let's wrap it up. So the foundation and the root of wellness is in ourselves. I hope that I have done a little bit of a job to convince you of that. Remember that over time, our cells just degrade and they need help and they need repair. And with doTERRA, we can help them, okay? And so I encourage you to take that proactive step in keeping your cells healthy. Remember, also, I started this with saying that I started using doTERRA and I started teaching about it because I really want people to know that you have a choice when it comes to healthcare, especially as a healthcare professional. I want you to know that you have a choice. Guess what? When your kid needs help with body temperature, you can use peppermint. And guess what? When their ears kind of hurting or discomfort, you can use basil and purify. And guess what? You don't have to be faced with aging and chronic disease. You can do things to help your cells and to let your cells age gracefully. You can. All right, you guys, we made it. You guys made it. Thanks for hanging in there. Okay, we want you to get credit for this class. So when you attend all 8 classes in the series, you don't have to do them all at once. You can come and go if you need to. You're going to get a certificate that you've completed our continuing education, and we are going to send you a gift. All right, you're going to need to know the oil spotlight for today, and there it is for you. Okay, so you are going to fill out this link. All right, screenshot this real quick. Oh, actually, Amy, will you put that in the chat for me? So Amy's going to put that in the chat for you guys real quick. So click on that and fill it out. And you're going to want to know that our oil spotlight for today is Terrazyme. Okay. Everybody got a chance to screenshot or drop that in the chat? All right, you guys, next week, don't miss it. Next week is Get the Junk Out of Your Trunk. You're going to talk about detoxing and weight management. We have Beauty is Skin Deep, Peace of Mind, Pain Go Away, and My House Needs a Detox still coming. So same time, same login link. We hope that you come next week because it's kind of part 2 of today. So thank you guys for being here and for hanging in there this morning. I'm so appreciative. So let's take a few questions. Let me unmute you guys. Or actually, you can unmute yourself. So let's take a few questions or feedback. Let me kill my screen share so I can see you guys. Sorry, thanks you guys. You can't read my lips. Oh gosh. Okay, is there any questions or anything from the chat that still needs to be addressed? Can y'all hear me now? Here, Amy, I'll drop that in the chat.
Sorry, the link I have is not working. It's I don't know if it's saying the link is broken. Okay, good. Okay, the one you just posted is working.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, you guys, are there any questions? Hey, let me stop the recording real fast. So, hey, you guys that might be listening to the recording, thanks for joining us.